Welcome, sound design freaks and geeks, to our first class in film sound design. I'm your host, Josh Fielstra. I'll be your instructor leading you through this crazy journey that I'm very much looking forward to. Let's get started. Who is this weirdo teaching this course right now? So here's some bullet points about me. I started with the computer and synthesizers in the 80s. So I spent the first few years out of college working as a software developer, mostly for manufacturing, again, the Midwest. But I never stopped my obsession with sound. I mean, how could I? So soon the wires started crossing and I found myself at Native Instruments. So the goal of a sound designer, how many times can I say this? Are you tired of this yet? Is to realize a filmmaker's vision and enhance the narrative. We're trying to reframe our thinking on this. I want to get you guys thinking about the role of a sound designer. Your job is not just boink, pop some stuff in there, but we are enhancing the narrative. Look what happened. It just threw away all of the high end. I lost, from about 12 kilohertz and above. And the reason that happened is because 48 kilohertz covers all the way up to the threshold of hearing. But as soon as you slow it down, the whole frequency spectrum moves with it and we lose our high end. The main place that's going to be a barrier is if you then need to enhance the high end, and I put a high shelf on that, I'm effectively boosting absolutely nothing at that point. Let's take that crunch. Let's get that. I just dragged that into Reaper. It's on the timeline. Now, let's see it in context. Now you can see it's way too long and it's not lining up. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to shrink it. And I'm just time stretching this. I'm compressing it. And then I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Looks good to me. Let's run it in context. Great. If two people are sword fighting and there's this really exaggerated soundscape, the characters wouldn't go, "Whoa, how are you making that crazy sound with your sword?" Right? It's still within the film world, even though it could be hyped, and we could have sourced the sword sound from something really unlikely, like an anvil or something like that. It's all diegetic means is that it's in that world. The characters can hear it. It doesn't necessarily mean real. Or maybe I like the giant bird screaming. That's part of this. And I want to make it much worse. So I'm going to select our screaming bird portion, which is here and some of there. And then I'm going to copy it a few times into some lower stuff even. What do we have now? A nice little creature sound there. That's creepy and weird. That's the point. We're doing sound design, you guys. Come on. We should do some creepy and weird. When it comes to sound design, the supervising sound editor or the lead sound designer might get involved in some preliminary sound discussions during the script. They might do a read-through or whatever. But the main process where things really get fleshed out is what we call spotting. And this is basically a meeting where the filmmaker and possibly other stakeholders in the project, like the executive producer, get together with the post-production team and decide where in the film there are sound and music needs. What I can do is I can take this and I can come into spectral delay, and then I've selected that part where there's just blank noise and hit register noise. And then it will remove it on playback. Actually, here's a much better place. I'll take it from there. Perfect. Gone. If I type slam, it's also automatically behind the scenes going to look for hit, impact, slam, etc. It's going to do all of that in one go, which means if someone has named a file a particular way or put metadata in a file a particular way, I don't have to worry about what they actually called it. I'm going to end up pulling it up based on what I think it should be named. If you look at the bottom, where stuff is really quiet, there's a huge difference between the middle and the edges. What does that mean, Josh? It means when you play stuff quieter, this effect gets even worse. If it's quiet, you're really going to have to turn up the bass and the treble in order for our brains to think it's the same level. If you've ever got a loudness switch on a stereo, that's what that does. It's designed so when you play it quietly, it automatically boosts the lows and the highs up. Thank you again, all of you, for joining me. I'm looking very much forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun. Cheers, folks.